let's learn a song. This is a classic American song. You hear lots of country singers doing versions of this, and it's called Down in the Valley, okay? You probably have heard this song at some point in your life before. You might have even sung this song before with your parents, your grandparents. This is, like I said, a classic song. We are in the key of C, and we are in 3/4 time, which we have not addressed just yet. Everything we've done so far has been in 4/4 time. This is in 3/4, so it's like a waltz. A 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think I should just play this melody for you. So I'll go ahead and put on the rhythm track, and I'll play it so you can hear how it goes. Do you recognize those notes from the C major scale? We've played all these notes before, so now let's organize them into this lovely classic melody, okay? So starting on the open G string, go ahead and play that. Then we have our first finger on the C note, first fret of the B string. Then third finger on the third fret of the B string. Then the open E string, and that rings for a full 3 beats. And then back to our C note, and that rings for 3 beats. Moving on, we have the open E string, then the third fret of the B string, first fret, back to the third fret, and that rings for 2 whole measures, 6 beats. Then we have the open G string, open B, third fret of the B string, first finger on the first fret of the high E, let that one ring, then the open E string, and then open B, first fret, third fret, back to the first fret. Okay? So in time, I'll count you in a 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's the gist of it, how the rhythm goes. So in the practice session, we'll play this together and you'll get the feel for it. As an added bonus, this being a very simple melody, I have faith that you'll be able to grab this, pretty quickly. I've included the low octave of this. Remember, we have higher notes and lower notes in the same scale. We're going to play this an octave lower. And this is going to have even more of a classic country sound because we like those low strings on the electric guitar. So this starts, it's exact same notes, right? But just an octave lower. The fingering is going to be different. This is a thing you're going to learn when you practice your scales and when you learn these melodies. And this is one of the reasons why I feel it's important to learn this melody in both octaves. Because you'll see that the fingering is completely different, but the notes are the same. This is just the way the guitar is. And these connections will come in time, where you'll be able to play something in a low octave and naturally be able to play it in the higher octave, even though the fingering is different. On the piano, each octave looks exactly the same, right? On the guitar, it looks different, but that's what we're here to learn. So, starting on our low G note, which is the third fret of the low E string, okay? Then the third fret of the A string, then the open D, and then second finger on the second fret of the D string, okay? Then back to our C note with our third finger, third fret of the A string. Now, back to the E note, 2nd fret of the D string. Open D, C, open D, and that rings. Now our low G note again, where we started. 2nd fret of the A string, open D, and then the 3rd fret of the D string. Back to the 2nd fret, then 2nd fret of the A string, 3rd fret, open D, back to the 3rd fret, C. Pretty simple, pretty basic. It's like you're learning 2 different melodies, but you're learning the same melody, and eventually you'll realize that connection between the low octave and the high octave, and your fingers will start to naturally just know where those things are. One other little extra tidbit which you might notice, I'm still kind of playing this in position. Always the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, etc. Notice that you could play this. You could use a 3rd and 4th finger here. That's a bit of an intermediate kind of consideration, but what you would see is that that belongs to a version of a C major chord. So sometimes when you get ahead a little bit, you'll start to notice those things, and you might hold down a chord position where the melody fits into that chord position. You'll see that especially on the second half of this on a chord we've already played. When we get the second half of the melody and go, what's that? That belongs to a G7 chord that we've already played, right? So you see those notes of the chord, and the melody just rolls right up those chord notes. So sometimes you'll notice those little things. Anyhow, however you want to play this, let's go ahead and move on to the practice session and practice it together.